Dear friends, I'm back with another machine on the Vulnhub, which is Funbox 1. The link will be added into the description section below so that you can download it. From my point of view, this is a very good machine, and we will deal with the WordPress application. So I think this is some sort of the very classic WordPress machines. And for us, the very important point to do this machine is to follow the standard methodology. Before we move forward, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's just get started. As you can see, first of all, we need to identify the IP address of the target as 252 by the utility like Net Discover or other similar tools, for example, like a map. And then we need to do the map scanning. Maybe I can zoom in the terminal so you can see what's going on. As you can see, I use the option of the scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, and then the -P- to do the comprehensive scan, and then uppercase P and the normal N not to do the live testing for the target, and then use the option of course, a map can support a variety of formats. In this case, this is for me, this is enough for me to output the result into this map to this file. Of course, for example, the map can support like a grippable format and other like XML. So of course, for me, this is the most frequent, most common format for me. Anyway, now from the map scanning, we can tell that the target has 4 open ports. The first one is 21, which is running FTP. However, a map cannot determine the version number of this one, of this surface or software, if you can call it. And the next one is 22, which is running SSH or Secure Shell Surface. And also the version information, as we know, this version doesn't have any vulnerability. The next one is 80, which is running HTTP. And also the version information, which is Apache 2. Also, we can tell that the target has the robots file available. And later, and this is the entry, disallowed entry. Later, we can use the browser to access this robots file. The last one is 33060. I think this port number is not very useful. So what we're going to do next, we need to do enumeration with the HTTP surface, both manually and automatically. Let's launch our browser to do the manual enumeration first. So we can put the IP address of the target into the address bar of the browser. As you can see, we got the page back, and this is I think this is very common WordPress site. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you can see this is the WordPress. And as always, we can take a look at some links, a blog, contact, nothing very interesting. And also we can check the source code of this page. You know, sometimes source code contains some sensitive information, including comments. All right. So now, in this case, nothing we can get like that. So next we can, of course, just now we have written that the target has robots file. Sorry, when you do the machine, you need to put this host name into the host file. Otherwise, this site is inaccessible. Of course, I have already demonstrated how to append this host name into the host file. I will not demonstrate it here. Okay, so now we can access robots file. As you can see, secret, and then we can access this secret. Nothing interesting, no secrets here. Try harder. I think this is some sort of the rabbit hole. And of course, we also can check the source code of this page. Nothing important as well. Next, we can use Nicto to do the enumeration. You know, Nicto is always my first tool to enumerate web application because it can review information about this application in very detailed. For example, like version information, header information, also common files or directories. Even sometimes can review some exploits if the target has This case, nothing interesting. Of course, we already know that the target is running WordPress. Next, we can use GoBuster to do the directory enumeration. I'd like to auto-complete this command. As you can see, I use the option of U to specify the URL, and then use W to specify the word list. And then, yeah, we can use the X option to specify the extensions. And although the GoBuster has already discovered many files or directories, however, all of them belong to the default or standard WordPress application or installations, right? I think, I used WordPress and also set up the WordPress site very often. So, and also, I think you understand this, what I mean, right? So now we just quit from the GoBuster because nothing else we can get from the GoBuster. So what we're going to do next, we need to do more specific enumeration with the WordPress. So how to do? We can use the tool WordPress again and use the URL to specify the target. And then we can use the option of E. E means emulate, and U stands for username. P means plugin. Now let's press enter. If the target is running WordPress application, yeah, I think in this video, with this machine, I'd like to demonstrate the complete process, how to exploit, how to penetrate into the machine. As you can see, it's completed and has already identified the admin and Joe, the two users. Of course, this one is always the first target to utilize, okay? And no plugins found. So what we're going to do next? Now next we need to try to crack the password for the admin user and use the uppercase U to specify the username and uppercase P to specify the word list. In this case, I'd like to use the locq as my word list. Of course, this is very common, as you can see, because the password is very simple one. So it takes less than 30 seconds to crack the password. As you can see, we have already got the valid combinations of username and password. So now we can use these credentials or combination to log in to the WordPress panel. And the directory or the file should be wp-admin. And then we can put the username admin and the password. So what's the password? I think it would be better we can note down to our notebook. Of course, I've already done that earlier. So we can copy and then log in. Not correct. Interesting. Oh, sorry. I missed one letter. It should be fine. Remind me later. From the left section, we can determine again this user admin is administrator for the WordPress. So after we can get the initial access, not shell, or the the WordPress panel, administrator panel. So what we're going to do next? The next objective for us is to upload PHP reverse shell. And there are several ways to do that. The easiest way or the most convenient way is to navigate to the appearance section and go to the theme editor, understand? And locate the 404 template. And we can remove the code and replace by the PHP reverse shell. Of course, I've already got this file ready, and which you can get it from the Pentest Monkey website. So for now, we can copy the entire code of this file and then can put into this 404.php file and update. However, we got error back from the target, unable to communicate back with the site to check for fatal errors. So because of the configurations by the author, this way, although it's the easiest way, cannot work for this case. So how to do? The next preferable way is to use Metasploit. So how to do? And then we can launch our Metasploit console. And then we can search, because I cannot remember the exact name, module name. I just remember or memorize the keywords. As you can see, this is the any module. And we can use this module to upload the shell. We can copy and use. Then we can, we do not need to modify the payload. The default one is very good one, Metasploit. And then we can show options. And we need to set localhost to our Kali Linux. And also, of course, you can leave the local port number as it is. However, for me, I'd like to change to my favorite port number. And then we need to set the remote host to, of course, in this case, we cannot use IP address. We need to use the host name. And we can copy this host name from the browser. We can copy. Yeah, I think this is a very important point when you do this machine. Sorry, I think we need to remove the prefix. Otherwise, you will get error. And then, of course, we need to set the username to admin and the password. We can copy the password from my notebook. Paste it in here, and then we can run. Because we have already, as you can see, it's working. Metasploit session 1 opened. And then we can, we can get the shell, right? And ID, and we can check the Python. Python 2 is there. Also Python 3, Python 3 is there. And then we can spawn the bash session, pty module. All right, so what are we going to do next? Here we need to do the lateral movement. And with some, here we got some shell script, for example, like a reminder, sh. Hi, John, the hidden backup sh. Of course, we have already noticed it's this file, and backup the entire workspace on this one. So now I think we can check because the current user have permission to read this file. So we can get out this file, make some tar. And this is the source, this is the destination file, this one. And from the timestamp, we can know that this, I think this shell script is executed regularly, right? And this is saw. And also, can you notice the permission settings with this file? Every user, I like to stress, every user, including current user www data, has the rights to modify this file. And you can try a different reverse shell command or ways to spawn another shell. And I think the netcat is the easiest way. However, maybe this way is not always working. I'd like to use the commands. This one we can get from the Pentest monkey website, and so we can copy here. Of course, we need to set up another listener first. I can zoom in. Terminal. Listener has started, and now we can use, we can echo bash and put in here, and then append to backup.sh. Although this machine is a bit simple, however, this machine will involve a variety of techniques, especially the WordPress related techniques I have already demonstrated just now. So we go back to this one. We wait for some time to get, yeah, as you can see, we got another shell. And what we're going to do next, I think now we need to elevate our privilege. To do that, we can run sudo. Yeah, I think a terminal is required to read the password. So maybe we need to spawn the shell again. I'm not sure about it. pty spawn. And then we can run sudo again. Of course, at this moment, we don't have password for this user. So we just try 3 attempts to go on. So what we're going to do next, I think it's time to upload NumPy shell script to do the automatic enumeration. We can navigate to temp directory. Maybe we can open up another tab. And then we can, I've already got this NumPy shell script ready on the Kali Linux. Then we need to upload this shell script to the target. However, how to do? There are several ways to do that. The most convenient way for me is to set up the web server locally. And we can use Python. And we can use the default port number, which is 8000. Now we can go back and then we can use wget to upload. And then followed by the file name. And then in order to run this shell script, we need to make it executable. And then we can run this shell script. The current user belongs to LXD group. So of course, this is the way or the possible way to make privilege escalation. I've already showcased this technique in other videos if you have already followed my channel. So later we can check it. NumPy shell script is so powerful, especially for the privilege escalation stage, because it can go through all possible vectors. And from like username information, process information, SID, binary information, yeah, many different types of information about the target. Also can automatically enumerate out some sensitive information which contains, for example, like passwords. As you can see, it's done. Now we need to scroll back to the top to see whether we can find such vector besides LXD membership. Capabilities information. So this script is so useful. Of course, if you have trouble to get this shell script, please let me know in the comment below. I will teach you how to get it. Yeah, we continue our scrolling. Yeah, this shell script, we have already utilized this shell script. Yeah, there's some local exploits. So maybe we can try such exploits. There's several exploits available. Before we try to use this one, I'd like to know whether we can utilize the LXD. For me, the local exploit is always not the preferable way. However, before we can use the membership of the LXD group, we need to know whether the target or the machine has LXC utility. Know this command. So in other words, we cannot utilize this membership of the LXD to elevate a privilege. So now I think we have to utilize the local exploit to make local privilege escalation. Before we try to download such exploits, I mentioned in the other video, maybe we need to try to use the Metasploit first. If the Metasploit can work, and then we can go back the local exploit, we can get it from or download it from the internet, because the Metasploit is so powerful and convenient. Now we can open up another tab. In order to do that, we need to, first of all, we need to spawn the meta-preter session. And the way to do that, we need to generate the payload with MSF Vulnhub. And I'd like to auto-complete this command. As you can see over here, it's done. I use the option of P to specify the payload type. This case is meta-preter reverse TCP. And also, you need to specify the local host to our kernel Linux. And we need to use different port number to be listened on. And specify the format of this file. Because the target is Linux, so we need to use this. This case, we need to use the ELF as format and output to this file. And next, we need to upload this file. And we can go back to this shell. Prev ELF. And then we need to make it executable. And before we run this payload, we need to set up the handler on the kernel Linux first. So we can launch the console of a Metasploit again or another, and then we can search or not. We do not need to make search because I used this module so many times. And then we can use exploit multi-handler. And then, of course, we need to set a payload to, this payload should be the same as this one. So the convenient way is copy and paste. And then we need to set or show options to set the local host to our kernel Linux. Also, we need to set the local port number. This local port number should be the same as this one. So this case is 888. And then we can run. As you can see, the handler has started. Now we can run this payload. And I think we got another meta-preter session. And we can, we can background by press Control and Z. And then we can search suggester module, suggester. And then we can use this module. Of course, this module is post-exploitation module. And then we can show options. We can set the session number to 1. Of course, I think at this moment, just any one meta-preter session. I need to show options again. Set, I think nothing else we need to configure. Then we can run. This module, this suggester module, will automatically find or discover the available or feasible local exploits. As you can see, it's collecting exploits. So from this point, from this perspective, this is much more effective than the manual exploitation. I'm talking about the privilege escalation. As you can see, this module has identified some exploits. Exploit, the target appears to be vulnerable. And the second one is vulnerable. So I think this module is the most possible module. For now, we just wait for this to be finished. If this module cannot work, and then we can try some other modules. It's almost done, I think. We can neglect the modules highlighted in red. We just take a look at these modules in green color. So this module is what we were talking about just now. We can copy, and then we can use this module. Then we can show options. Payload, we do not need to change. And then we need to set localhost to our Kali Linux. Set port number. Of course, we need to choose another available port number. For example, like 999. Set the session number to 1. And then we can run it. I think it's working. Metapret session 2 opened. So I think this session belongs to root user. And then, of course, if we can get this command shell session by run command shell ID. As you can see, we are root user. And then we can navigate to root directory to get the root flag. All right, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.